Welcome back to pregame.tv. NFL Sunday action. St. Louis at Atlanta. This should be a good one, Ken. I got to ask you a question, and this is something that, week 2, this question comes up all the time. And when you have a good team, a team that's expected to be in the playoffs, and they open the season against another good team, somebody's going to go to week 2 at 0-1.
Right.
Okay, that's the Atlanta Falcons. They played last week at New Orleans. They come home, they're 0-1. We all know that history has shown that 0-2 teams, their percentage drops way down for making the playoffs.
Right.
So Vegas knows, the public knows that, because you're going to see that stat put on the screen of every game that somebody's 0-1 this week.
Right.
And the public's going to be, betting that trend. I think they pump the lines on these good teams that are 0-1 because of that almost must-win type mentality. What do you think about that? Is that true in week 2?
It is, but then you have to look at who the opponent is as well. Is the opponent in? Okay, you look at the Redskins and Green Bay, 2 teams that both lost. Now they have to go head-to-head. So you're looking at several teams that are good teams that are going head-to-head. If you have a good team that lost in week 1, like Atlanta, going against a team that is on the rise, and a lot of people expect them to, if not make the playoffs, be a spoiler like the Rams, they pull out a win that they shouldn't have gotten at home against Arizona. So a little bit different mindset. Rams not going in as hungry as they would be had they dropped that game to Arizona.
Yeah, you actually stole my thunder for the next point. I was going to say, normally these teams are overpriced. But in this case, I don't think you have an overpriced team in the Atlanta Falcons, because a lot of people thought last year was more luck than them being an elite team with the record they had. And the stock is so high on the Rams because of Jeff Fisher. And I think they're a little bit overrated coming this year. But the public does like Fisher, especially when he's an underdog.
Sure.
And they don't like Atlanta. So I think you are getting a team that, isn't a must-win, but you're not really paying that high tariff. And I got to give Atlanta credit. I had Atlanta last week. It's the only NFL game I lost last week, and they had every chance to beat the Saints. And you want to talk about one of the worst situations they could have had. Opening week of the season, go into the Superdome, the first game back with Sean Payton, and they went toe-to-toe with the Saints. I know the Saints got the money and they pay on the final score, but Atlanta did everything in that game. They could have won that ball game. 4 cracks at the end of the game from the 5-yard line was just, nauseating to watch.
Reminded me of North Carolina trying to get in the end zone to cover the line against South Carolina.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, but this one would have been to win the game.
Yeah.
They would have won at 24-23 with the extra point. So, yeah, it's a tough one.
This is your free pick. Let's find out. Let's make it official.
Where am I going? All right. All right, I am going to go with Atlanta. And again, a good team going home. A team like the Rams, again, up and coming. I like Sam Bradford, don't get me wrong. He plays his best ball at home in St. Louis. But this guy still doesn't feel the blindside pressure. And I'm not sure if he could stay upright the whole season. Sure, I respect Fisher. I'm not sold on Richardson being the back as much as I am sold as the former Ram, Steven Jackson, being that back for Atlanta. I think he gives them more speed, more continuity than Michael Turner did, and I think that'll come out and play strong throughout the season. But Atlanta's going to go home. They're going to be yeoman-like. They're going to take care of business. They're going to be all lunch pail guys ready to roll, and I expect them to take care of business with Harry Douglas stepping up like he did last week, because a lot of people are looking, hey, Roddy White's not 100%. How much does that hurt Julio Jones on the other side? Yes, it does, but when you have a Harry Douglas, he can take the place of Roddy White. He'll step up. You still have Gonzalez, and you've got Steven Jackson. Let's remember, not only can Jackson run the ball, excellent receiver out of the backfield. So I think Matt Ryan and company, they will get back to that offensive prowess that they had last year, take care of business, especially at home. I think they'll get somewhere in the low 30s, right around 31 to 34 points in this game. Now, the Rams' defense strength from both defensive ends. Robert Quinn had 3 sacks last week on Carson Palmer. William Hayes had the other. And I think because Ryan does a lot of work from the shotgun, I think he's going to be looking at these 2 ends coming out. You're going to see a lot of screen passes, things like that to Jackson out of the backfield. And I think they'll be ready for that Ram defense. And again, the Rams will come in. They want to go 2-0, no doubt. but I don't think they're good enough to go into Atlanta and get a W. So I got the line when it was 6.5. I expect the line to stay at 7 right there. I think it's an excellent tease. I think you get, Atlanta down to, if you go on a 6-point teaser, to 1.5, or down to even if you play a full 7-point teaser. But I think they're one of the teams that you have to look at. They're well coached. They're a team that has a heady quarterback, someone that does feel the blindside pressure in Matt Ryan. And this team is ready to make the next step to the Super Bowl if things fall their way. Yes, they got a lot of wins, close wins last year, but that's a sign of a good team, a team that's able to win those close games against good competition like they did against Seattle in the playoffs. So I'm all over Atlanta. It's one of my plays. There's about 6 or 7 games that I really like in the NFL as opposed to last week, Marco. I didn't like that many games, but I really like the schedule this week.
I'll throw 2 things in on Atlanta. Steven Jackson, he is going to be absolutely pumped up playing against his former team.
Sure.
And what St. Louis loses without him being there is Bradford loses his security blanket. When you're in trouble and you can dump it off out of the backfield to a reliable guy like Steven Jackson, they're going to miss that. And that's what I like about the acquisition for Atlanta. I think this completes the Atlanta Falcon offense, having Steven Jackson. And the St. Louis Ram defense last week, they made Carson Palmer look like Carson Palmer from like 5 years ago.
Cincinnati Carson Palmer.
Yeah, he looked very good last week. So that's not a real good sign for St. Louis moving forward.
Last thing, real quick. If I told you that Atlanta was going to hold New Orleans to 23 points in the opener at the Superdome, you would think they win the game.
I would have been betting my house, so I would have been living in a box.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a tough one.
There you go. All right. Ken says to take Atlanta, lay the points on Sunday. We're going to be back. We've got one more game. It's actually a pretty good game on Sunday. I think some people will be interested in it. Sunday Night Football might just be the NFC Championship game preview. We got San Francisco at Seattle up next. Pregame.tv.